I was the last to know the irony. I thought I was paying attention. Ashley always had this way of making you believe whatever came out of her mouth. It was her gift. Really. She could sell ice to a damn penguin and have it thanking her for the service. That's what I told myself when I started noticing the little things. It was not proof, not at first, just an accumulation of details that did not sit right. She used to hate bars, said they were too loud, too full of desperate people trying to escape their own lives for a few hours. But then suddenly she was going to one every Thursday. Some new place across town with work friends. The first time she mentioned it, I raised an eyebrow. Since when do you drink on weeknights? She laughed, brushing me off. Relax, it's just margaritas with the girls. You want me to bring you one? She said it so casually, so normally, that I almost felt stupid for questioning it. Almost. Then there were the car rides. Ashley never used to care about keeping her car clean. But suddenly it was spotless, vacuumed, wiped down, like a rental being prepped for the next customer. The receipts in the glove box, gone. The perfume she used, different, stronger, like it was covering something up. And the way she touched her phone, she used to leave it everywhere on the counter, on the couch, buried in the cushions where I'd have to dig it out. Now it was always in her hand or face down, charging in another room. If I even looked at it too long, she'd get tense, laughing too quickly. You think I've got government secrets in here or something? I chuckle along with her. But something in my chest stayed tight. Then one night it all snapped into focus. She came home from the bar later than usual, smelling of something too sharp, too unfamiliar. I was still awake, watching TV in the dark. She did not expect me to be up. Her eyes flicked to mine. And just for a second I saw it. The smallest hesitation, the flicker of something she had not quite buried. Guilt. I did not say anything. I just watched as she went into the bathroom, peeling off her dress. The sound of the shower filled the silence. I sat there, listening to the water run, feeling something inside me crack apart. I needed proof. The next morning, I woke up before her. She was still tangled in the sheets, her hair messy, face turned away. Peaceful, like she was not lying, like she was not sleeping in our bed after crawling out of someone else's. I reached for her phone, locked of course. But I knew her passcode. She'd never bothered to change it. My fingers hovered over the screen for half a second before I typed it in. The screen unlocked with a soft click. And that was when I saw it. The messages were not in her texts. She was smarter than that. They were in some stupid encrypted app one barely recognized. But once I opened it, I did not need context. I did not need backstory. I saw his name. I saw the pictures. I saw the words she'd never said to me. And just like that, everything I thought I knew collapsed as I stared at the screen. My heart beat slowing to something thick and heavy, the kind of slow that happens right before impact, the kind of slow that lets you feel every detail of the wreckage in real time. His name was Tyler, a name so ordinary, it made me sick. Some random guy I'd never met. Some guy she'd been seeing behind my back. Some guy who got to touch my wife and hear her laugh and hold her when she was supposed to be mine. The messages were not vague. They were not the kind of thing you could explain away. Ashley, last night was incredible. I can still feel you on me. Tyler, you're gonna feel me again soon. Babe, see, not wait to see you Thursday. Ashley, I'll make up an excuse. He would not question it. I had to put the phone down. My hands were shaking too hard. I sat there, staring at the wall, my mind trying to process the weight of it all. I wanted to scream, to punch something, to wake her up and demand answers. Watch her try to weasel her way out of this. But I did not. Not yet. Instead, I took a breath. I needed more. If I was going to confront her, if I was going to make her admit it, I needed undeniable concrete proof. Because women like Ashley, they do not just break down and confess. They lie. They manipulate. They make you feel crazy. So I took pictures, screenshots of everything, sent them to myself, deleted the evidence from her phone, put it back exactly where I found it. Then I waited. I did not go to work that day. Could not. I called in sick and spent the whole morning replaying everything in my head. Every stupid moment where I had trusted her. I thought about the nights she came home late, the times she smiled at me while knowing what she was doing, the times she kissed me with his hands still on her skin. By the time Ashley woke up, I had already made a plan. She stretched, yawning, completely unaware of the bomb waiting to go off. "Morning," she mumbled, rolling over to face me. "Why are you up so early?" I looked at her, really looked at her. Her hair was a mess. Her skin still warm from sleep. The same face I had loved for years. Only now it belonged to someone else. I forced a smile. "Did not sleep well." She pouted, reaching for me. I did not move. She did not seem to notice. "What do you want for breakfast?" she asked, sliding out of bed like everything was normal. Like she was not lying to my face. I had to play along. If I let anything slip too soon, she'd cover her tracks, get ahead of it. No, I needed her to think I was still the idiot husband who trusted her. I needed her to keep lying. So I smiled, shrugged, "Whatever you feel like making." She smiled back, completely oblivious. "Pancakes it is." And just like that, I knew exactly how I was going to destroy her. That I spent the day pretending I did not know, pretending that every single thing she did, every word, every glance, every casual touch, was not laced with betrayal. It was almost funny. Watching her move around the house like nothing had changed. Like she had not handed our marriage over to some random guy named Tyler. She hummed in the kitchen while making pancakes. She hummed. That was the part that stuck with me. Like she was happy. Like there was not a war brewing just beneath the surface. I sat at the table, watching her flip the pancakes, wondering how long she had been faking it. Had she been humming like this the whole time? While sneaking out to see him, while texting him with me sitting right next to her, I gripped my coffee cup tighter, forced myself to smile when she turned around. "Do you want syrup or just butter?" she asked, tilting her head like she actually cared. I wanted her to choke on the damn pancakes. Instead, I leaned back in my chair, real casual. "Both," I said. "Big day at work, need the energy." She smiled, pouring syrup over my plate. I imagined her doing this for him, cooking for him, laughing with him, wrapping her arms around his neck like she used to do with me. But I pushed the anger down. I had a plan. And the first step, I needed to see her lie to my face. So I waited until she sat across from me, took a bite of her food, and then I said it, "You still going out with your coworkers tonight?" She did not even flinch, did not even hesitate. "Yeah," she said, sipping her coffee. "I think so. Stacy really wants to try that new place downtown." She looked right at me when she said it. I almost laughed. The sheer boldness of it. The absolute shamelessness. I played dumb. "What's the name of the bar again?" She blinked. I saw it, that flicker of calculation. Just a brief second where she had to think about what lie to tell. "Oh, she stirred her coffee too casual. It's called something with blue in it, I think." "Blue Moon?" "No, wait, Blue Velvet?" Maybe, she laughed, shaking her head. "I do not remember. Stacy just sent the address." I nodded, keeping my expression neutral. "Got it. Should be fun." She smiled. "You do not mind, right?" I minded. But she was not asking for permission. She was just making sure I was not suspicious. "Of course not," I said, sipping my coffee. "Have fun." And that was it. That night she got dressed like she was going on a damn date. Tight dress, perfect makeup, hair done just right. She kissed me goodbye, actually kissed me, then walked out the door smiling. The second the door shut, I grabbed my keys. Because this time, I was going to follow her. She had no idea. No clue that I was 2 cars behind her, watching as she drove straight past downtown. Past the so-called Blue Velvet bar she stuttered out that morning. And right into a part of town that had nothing to do with Stacy or margaritas or work friends. I kept my distance, but not too much. Just enough to let her think she was getting away with it. She pulled into a parking lot, A hotel parking lot. My stomach clenched. Not a bar, not a restaurant, a hotel. She parked like she'd done it 1,000 times. Like it was routine. I watched from a distance, hands gripping the wheel so tight my fingers ached. I told myself I'd wait. I'd let her get inside, get comfortable, and then I'd figure out my move. But then he showed up. Tyler, I knew it was him the second I saw him. Smug bastard. He pulled in a few spaces down like this was just another Thursday for him. Another night of sneaking around with someone else's wife. Ashley did not hesitate. The second she spotted him, she lit up. I saw her mouth move, saw her laugh, saw the way she walked right up to him like she belonged there. She touched his chest. He kissed her neck. And just like that, they disappeared inside. I sat there for a full minute, hands shaking, vision blurring at the edges. I could feel my pulse in my throat. My ears, my skull. It was not shock anymore. It was not even sadness. It was something else entirely. Something sharp and quiet and cold. She thought she was untouchable. Thought she was the smartest person in the room. Thought she could lie to my face and kiss me goodbye and walk straight into another man's arms without ever facing the consequences. I took a breath, forced myself to think. Do not be stupid. Do not be reckless. Be smart. Because if I played this right, I would not just catch her. I'd ruin her. So I did not follow them inside. I did not storm up to that hotel room, did not break down the door and start screaming. That's what she'd expect. That's what any betrayed husband would do. But I was better than that. Instead, I took out my phone, opened the camera and started recording. I zoomed in on the entrance, on the two of them wrapped up in each other, on the way they disappeared inside together. Perfect shot, time-stamped, undeniable. Then I opened my messages, found Stacy's number, and hit send. Stacy did not take long to respond. Stacy, what the hell? Where is this? I smirked. Exactly the reaction I wanted. Me, some hotel across town. Your best friend's got expensive taste. She started typing, then stopped, then started again. I could practically hear her brain short-circuiting through the screen. Stacy, I swear to God, I had no idea. She told me she was with you tonight. Lies on lies on lies. Me, yeah? She told me she was with you. The dots blinked, disappeared. Then Stacy, that absolute bitch. Now here's the thing about Stacy. She and Ashley had been inseparable since college. They had that weird, unbreakable female friendship where they knew everything about each other, except apparently this. And Stacy, she had no filter, which made her perfect for what I had planned next. Me, how long has this been going on? Her response came fast. Stacy, I do not know, but I have a feeling it's not the first time. I can tell you more, but I need details. I need proof. Proof, right? Because Ashley was so damn good at lying that even her best friend needed evidence. I uploaded the video, sent it over, let her watch with her own eyes as Ashley giggled, twirled her hair, leaned into Tyler like he was the one she promised forever to. This time Stacy did not text. She called. I answered yeah. She did not even say hi. Just launched straight in. I am going to end her. I leaned back in my seat, watching the hotel door, waiting. That makes two of us. I see and not believe this. She sounded furious. But there was something else under it. Something sharp and bitter. After everything. After all the time she trashed other women for cheating. After all the crap she talked about your marriage. God, I feel so stupid. That got my attention. What do you mean? Trashed other women? A bitter laugh. Oh, you know, she loved acting like she was better than everyone else. Always judging other couples, talking about how she and you had the perfect marriage. I should have known that was a damn lie. I let that sink in. Ashley sitting on her throne, looking down on cheaters like she was not one of them. She ever say anything about him? I asked Tyler, another pause. No, never even mentioned him. Which means this is not just some random hookup. She is keeping him separate from the rest of her life. That is serious. She was right. Ashley was not stupid. If she wanted to keep this a secret, even from Stacy, that meant it was not just a fling. It was real. And suddenly I was not just angry. I was done. Done pretending. Done waiting. Done playing the trusting husband while she walked all over me. She had no idea what was coming. I started the car. "Stacy," I said, "you want revenge?" Her voice was sharp. "Hell yes." I grinned. "Then listen carefully. Here's what we were gonna do." Stacy was in. Of course she was. Hell hath no fury like a woman who just realized her best friend made her look like a damn idiot. And me, I was past fury, past heartbreak. I was in execution mode. Ashley thought she was smart. Thought she had me wrapped around her finger. Thought she could lie to me, humiliate me and get away with it. She had no idea what was coming. I drove home first. I needed to be there when she came crawling back. All sweet smiles and fake exhaustion from her girl-esque night. I needed her to believe that I had not moved a single inch. Meanwhile, Stacy was handling her part of the plan. I walked through the front door, set my keys down like it was just another night, and waited. The clock ticked. My phone buzzed. "Stacy, step 1 complete." I smirked. Perfect. An hour later, the front door creaked open. Ashley stepped in, looking exactly how you'd expect someone to look after a night of sneaking around. Hair tousled. Lipstick slightly smudged. Perfume way too strong. Like she drowned herself in it to cover up something else. She saw me on the couch and smiled. Smiled like she was not lying to my face. "Hey babe," she said, kicking off her heels. "You still up?" I forced a yawn, stretching. "Yeah, could not sleep." She came over. Leaned down. Pressed a kiss to my forehead like she actually loved me. Gritting my teeth, I played my part. "How was it?" "Oh, you know," she flopped onto the couch beside me. "Stacy got a little too drunk. Some guy tried to hit on us. The usual." I nearly laughed. The usual. I turned to her, keeping my voice light. "Which bar did you guys end up going to?" She did not even hesitate. "Oh, Blue Velvet. It was amazing. You would have loved it." There it was. The boldest lie yet. Said with zero hesitation, zero guilt. I wanted to break her right then and there. I wanted to pull out my phone. Show her the video. Watch her face crumble as she realized she'd lost. But I did not. Not yet. I let her talk. Let her dig her own grave word by word. Excuse by excuse. She was too confident, too comfortable in her deception. And that made what was coming next even better. Because Stacy had already sent the evidence to all of Ashley's friends. Group chats, private messages everywhere. The same people Ashley had spent years impressing. Acting like the perfect wife, the perfect woman, the one who would never cheat. They all had receipts, and the best part. Ashley did not know yet. I checked my phone pretending to look at the time. More messages from Stacy. "Stacy, holy S *****. The group chat is on fire. They are tearing her apart. Stacy, she is about to find out any second now." I turned back to Ashley, who was still rambling on about her night out. I leaned back, arms crossed, watching her like she was some pathetic character in a bad movie. Then right on cue, her phone buzzed. Then again and again and again, I watched it happen in real time. Ashley frowned, picked up her phone and unlocked it. She stared at the screen. She froze. Her breath hitched. Her face strained of color. Her fingers hovered over the screen like she was trying to process what she was seeing. She scrolled, then scrolled again, faster, more frantic, her entire body tensed. And then slowly, she turned to look at me. "What did you do?" I smiled, cold, sharp, final. "Welcome to reality, sweetheart." Ashley blinked. Her breathing had gone shallow. Like she just realized she was standing on the edge of a cliff with no way back. I did not move, did not speak. I just let her sit in it. Let her feel that creeping dread as the weight of what just happened settled over her. Her phone buzzed again. And again, I saw the names flashing across her screen. Megan, Rachel, Emily, Stacy, her closest friends, the same ones who had spent years worshipping her, defending her, believing in her. Now they were tearing her apart. I leaned forward, resting my elbows on my knees. Something wrong, Ash? She swallowed hard. What the hell did you do? I smiled, enjoyed the way she flinched. I let them know the truth. I said, you remember the truth, do not you? Or has all that lying made you forget? She shook her head, eyes darting across the room like she was trying to find an escape hatch. Like there was any way out of this. You do not understand. Oh, I understand perfectly. I stood up, towering over her. I understand that you walked into our house, kissed me with his mouth still on you, and smiled in my face like I was the dumbest man alive. She shot up from the couch, panic twisting her features. I can explain. I laughed, actually laughed. You can explain. Actually, I followed you. I watched you meet him. I recorded you walking into that hotel with him. What exactly do you think you can explain? Her mouth opened, then shut. She was crumbling, piece by piece. Realizing there was nothing she could spin. No way to manipulate herself out of this one. Then, like clockwork, the deflection started. You had no right to spy on me. She snapped, voice rising. That's crazy. That's controlling. I rolled my eyes. Oh, we replaying that game now. That's what you were going with. I spied on you. So I'm the bad guy. Ashley, I would not have had to spy if you were not a lying cheating. I was unhappy. She shrieked. Silence. The air between us went deadly still. I stared at her. And for the first time that night, I actually felt calm. There it was. The real reason, the justification she had been saving, the excuse that would make it my fault. I tilted my head. You were unhappy. She nodded rapidly, stepping forward like she was pleading with me. Yes, I did not mean for it to happen. But I felt so stuck. And you were always so. I held up a hand. She shut up. Let me get this straight. I said you were unhappy? And instead of talking to me, instead of going to therapy, instead of doing literally anything else, you decided to F*** K. Tyler. She flinched. I let out a slow breath. You know, what's funny? I murmured. If you had just told me you were unhappy, I would have tried. I would have listened. I would have done anything to fix things. I met her eyes, held them. But instead, you chose this. Tears welled up in her eyes. She reached for me. But I stepped back. The look on her face was pure desperation. I still love you. She whispered. I almost laughed again. You love me. I do. I never wanted to hurt you. I took my phone out, tapped a few buttons and held it up. Then explained this. I pressed play. Her voice filled the room. Last night was incredible. I can still feel you on me. Her face drained of color. I let it keep playing. I'll make up an excuse. He would not question it. She staggered back like I had hit her. Her hands covered her mouth. Eyes wide, horrified, exposed. She was not crying for me. She was crying because she was caught. I pocketed my phone. I was going to wait until morning. I said, let you sleep one more night in our bed before I told you to get the hell out. But you know what? I do not even want to breathe the same air as you anymore. She shook her head violently. Please pack your things. I said cold, final Aiden. Now she did not move. Did not blink. I stepped forward, lowering my voice. Or should I send this to your parents too? Her breath hitched. And just like that, she broke. Ashley crumbled right in front of me. 1 second she was standing there. Eyes wide with shock, mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. And the next her legs just gave out. She dropped onto the couch, hands shaking, staring at the floor like it could somehow save her. Aiden, she whispered, voice trembling. Please let us talk about this. I crossed my arms, staring down at her. We rewayed past talking. She rubbed her face, breathing fast, panic creeping into her voice. I was not thinking straight. It was a mistake. A stupid mistake. I scoffed. A mistake. I pulled my phone back out, tapped a few buttons and read aloud. Last night was incredible. I can still feel you on me. I glanced at her. That does not sound like a mistake, Ashley. That sounds like a woman who was having the time of her life. Her whole body tensed like I had slapped her. She tried again. I was confused. No, you were not. I cut her off. You knew exactly what you were doing. You planned it. You snuck around. You lied. You came home and kissed me like nothing happened. That's not confusion, Ashley. That's who you are. Her breathing hitched. For a split second, I thought she might finally do the right thing. Might finally own it. But then she snapped. You think you're so perfect? She screamed, launching to her feet. You think you were some amazing husband? You ignored me for months. Aiden, you barely even looked at me anymore. I blinked. Are you serious? She was spiraling now, her voice shaking, hands gesturing wildly. You made me feel invisible. I tried to talk to you about it. But you just brushed it off like it did not matter. Like I did not matter. I laughed. Laughed. The audacity of it. You never tried to talk to me, Ashley. You just cheated. That was your first instinct. Not fixing things. Not being honest. Just spreading your legs for the first guy who made you feel special. Her face twisted into something ugly. Screw you. There she is. I muttered. There's the real you. She let out a bitter laugh, shaking her head. You know what? Fine. I made a mistake. But you reacting like this is some kind of crime. People cheat all the time. Aiden, it's not the end of the world. I stared at her. Disgust curling in my stomach. You really believe that, do not you? She crossed her arms, lips pressing into a thin line. People move past this kind of thing. They work through it. They forgive. I exhaled, shaking my head. I would not forgive you if my life depended on it. Her face twisted. You read just being dramatic. I stepped forward, closing the space between us. No, Ashley. Dramatic is sneaking off to a hotel to screw another man while your husband sits at home thinking you re with your friends. Dramatic is lying to my face night after night while planning your next excuse. Dramatic is gaslighting me into thinking everything was fine when you were out there making a fool of me. She flinched at that last part. Good. I took a deep breath. My voice dropping lower, colder. This marriage is over. Pack your stuff. Get out. She clenched her jaw, shoulders tensing like she was about to argue. And then her phone buzzed again. I saw her glance at it. Saw the horror return to her face as she read whatever message had just come through. I smirked. Who is it? More people finding out what you are. Her nostrils flared. You re such an asterisk hole. No, Ashley. I said calmly. I'm just done. She swallowed hard. I was darting around like she still thought there was a way out of this. There was not. I grabbed the nearest suitcase from the hallway closet and tossed it on the floor in front of her. The sound echoed through the silent room. Start packing, I said. Or I'll do it for you. She hesitated. One last moment of resistance. One last chance to fight. Then slowly, she picked up the suitcase. And just like that, Ashley knew she had lost.